The longest shutdown in U.S. history is finally over, and we're glad you're with us tonight, everyone. I'm Phil Lipoff.
I'm Alexandra Lewis. President Trump signed a stopgap funding measure within the last hour, opening up the government after 43 days of disruptions. It came just hours after the legislation passed the House. So the package funds most of the government through January 30th. It restores SNAP food benefits that the Trump administration fought to withhold over the past couple of weeks. Democratic Governor Jared Polis's office says full November payments will start going out to Coloradans as soon as tomorrow. The legislation also reinstates thousands of federal workers laid off or fired during the shutdown, and it ensures workers will get back pay. But in a major concession by Democrats, it does not include an extension of Affordable Care Act subsidies. The expiration of those tax credits is expected to lead to skyrocketing insurance premiums for millions of Americans.
The House will vote next week on whether to release the Justice Department files on late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, a former friend of President Trump. Colorado Congresswoman Lauren Boebert helped pave the way to make that happen. She's one of 4 Republicans who signed a discharge petition to force a vote on that issue. The petition received the 218th signature it needed today after Democratic Congresswoman Adelita Grijalva was sworn in. Boebert opted to keep her name on the document even after being called into the White House Situation Room today. White House confirms she was there, but insists the meeting was in the name of transparency rather than a last-minute pressure campaign.
Doesn't it show transparency that members of the Trump administration are willing to brief members of Congress whenever they please? Doesn't that show our level of transparency? Doesn't that show the level of transparency when we are willing to sit down with members of Congress and address their concerns?
Even if it passes the House, there is no guarantee it will be taken up in the Republican-controlled Senate. Today, Democrats and Republicans also released more than 20,000 emails related to the Epstein investigation. President Trump was named in several of them. The White House calls the emails a distraction and maintains the president did nothing wrong.
The Northern Lights are back for an encore tonight. After an incredible show last night, the Aurora Borealis were visible in some parts of Colorado again tonight. 9 News photojournalist Foster Gaines caught this time lapse from Pete's near the Nebraska state line. A little road trip up there to see the lights.
Oh, that's so pretty, isn't it?
Kathy, it's beautiful.
We really thought, Alex, that tonight was going to be better, but these things are tricky to forecast. The timing of that solar flare, when the geomagnetic storm starts, and how much of it happens during daylight hours really is a factor, along with all that cloud cover we had today. The clouds were beautiful, don't get me wrong. Look at this pretty shot from Sloan's Lake from Julie Lipoff. Name sound familiar there? We have beautiful conditions outside right now. 51 in downtown Denver, 43 in Eagle, and 51 in Grand Junction. Thankfully, the winds are calm, and also some of the cloud cover is moving out because the winds are coming down. But the main system responsible for some of the cloud cover is coming in from the west, and that will bring in some moisture for the mountains over the course of 3 days, off and on. The clouds are kind of in and out tonight. We'll get a mostly sunny day tomorrow. Temperatures very comfortable over the next few hours, and your weather headlines include the Northern Lights visible again tonight, so check it out. Chance for snow, but certainly cold next week. We'll have the timing and impact of that, and we'll have the weekend storm, that forecast in detail coming up.
Affordable housing is in short supply in the Denver metro area.
RTD believes its park and ride lots could be part of the solution there. 9 News reporter Shalima Maharaj is here with details. Shalima.
Yeah, this is all part of a new study just getting underway. Now, when the pandemic hit, daily use of park and ride lots fell sharply, and in some cases never rebounded. So the agency is rethinking how those lots can be used in the future.
So we have more than 80 park and rides.
Right now, 8 of those RTD lots are under the microscope.
We chose these 8 not because they're the easiest, but because they all have challenges.
For starters, they're significantly underused.
In 2019, I think across our 30,000 spaces, we had 65% utilization at peak daytime use, and in 2024, it was 19%.
With help from a $400,000 federal grant, the transit agency is exploring whether these underused spots could one day house Coloradans in need of affordable options. The locations include 41st and Fox, Aurora Metro Center, Bellevue, county line, Colorado, Federal Center, Littleton Downtown, and Littleton Mineral Stations.
I think it's a great idea.
According to Andy Proctor, director of the FHL Bank Topeka Affordable Housing Institute at MSU Denver, it's a good place to start and build on.
If you go by what the state of Colorado's demography office is projecting right now, Colorado has a definite deficit of 106,000 units.
It's not a quick fix, but Proctor says even small steps could make a difference.
So the good news is it's down from 140,000 units as a deficit, but it's still a tremendous deficit of units.
The study is expected to wrap up by the end of next year. They'll look at what's being built nearby, which types of units are highest in demand, and what infrastructure challenges might stand in the way.
So at the end of this, we expect to have a different plan for each of the 8 sites.
Now, even after the study is done, RTD says there's plenty of groundwork to be done before developers can be brought on board or shovels can even go into the ground. In studio, Shalima Maharaj, 9 News.
Shalima, thank you. A growing lack of trust in Denver's mayor from other city leaders is now delaying decisions on the women's soccer stadium. Today, a council committee heard presentations on the financial agreements City Council must approve for the NWSL Stadium construction to move forward at Santa Fe Yards. The city promised $50 million to build out infrastructure around the stadium. Council member Amanda Sandoval says she wants to see a list of projects and costs before giving initial approval. She brought up last month's discovery that when the city obtained Park Hill Golf Club in a land swap deal with a developer, Mayor Mike Johnson added acreage without the council knowing.
City Council approved a deal with Westside, and we found out after that 20 acres were given after we approved it. I want to make sure that what I'm approving on the night of the 15th is what is happening.
That committee will again meet and vote on financial agreements. Assuming it passes, it will then go in front of a full city council.
The Pro Rodeo Hall of Fame and Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association could move out of Colorado Springs. That's according to our partners at the Denver Gazette. Cheyenne, Wyoming could be the new home if a bid from an out-of-state economic development corporation successfully woos the organization away from southern Colorado. A potential relocation is still far from certain. Negotiations are still ongoing, and they will require future votes from multiple boards of directors for this to happen. But officials in Wyoming are still actively lobbying for the move, citing the state's business climate, lack of personal and corporate income taxes, and lower sales and property taxes. The possible move emerges as Colorado Springs reels from several high and low profile departures out of the city. A riding center where people with disabilities go for healing is damaged.
A school bus crashed into the property in Longmont. As 9 News reporter Colton Chavez explains, they're now working desperately to fix the place up.
We love it. It's usually really peaceful.
But not on a Monday, when a school bus barreled through the Colorado Therapeutic Riding Center's property.
The bus came off the road right about where that bent green marker is. It was airborne here and then crashed into the fence here.
Mountain View Fire Rescue says the bus swerved to avoid a crash between 3 other cars on Highway 52, just outside the center's property. Executive Director Michelle Brune thinks it was luck that kept a lot of people safe.
It was a miracle we didn't have riders or parents show up early for the next class and were here getting out of their vehicles right as this was happening.
Avoided damage for riders who come to the center to heal.
I mean, we have people that rely on this. This is, for some of our riders, this is the time they're out of their house. They're interacting, they're social.
CTRC provides therapeutic riding for people with disabilities. Michelle says that's why they're working around the damage.
No, we could not have taken time off because our clients rely on us. We're a lifeline to people.
The nonprofit hopes their community can be a lifeline for them by donating to their Paint the Pony fundraiser, which runs until the end of the year.
We're going to use some of the money from the campaign to help support property, to repair the property.
A property that knows just how close to chaos they came.
Just to know what was avoided was, we're very grateful out here.
Grateful to continue to provide peace and healing to those who need them most.
Taking care of the animals, taking care of the people, you know, that's the heart of what we do.
even with such a quick turnaround for the Colorado Therapeutic Riding Center, they tell me they still don't know how much all of this damage is going to cost them. In Longmont, Colton Chavez, 9 News.